Okay. Hello, everyone. In today's video, we're going to go over starting your own social media account as a realtor, primarily becoming a social media influencer, if you'd like to say. Now, the objective of this video, it's going to be pretty short. We're just going to get straight to the point. But the idea is I'm going to show you how to confidently start your professional, personal social media. Okay. And this is going to be from this influencer like standpoint where you're really going to show yourself as the professional, the go to in your area for people looking to buy or sell their homes. Okay. The core concept of this, okay, if people see you consistently, they begin to trust you. Trust is key here. Okay. If they trust you, that's when they start to inquire. Okay. If they inquire, you start to convert, and that is the end goal, right? To convert your views into customers or clients, I should say. Okay. Your social media is the same thing as your open house online, which is why it's very important to start one if you haven't already. Now, there are multiple routes to starting a social media presence online. That can be where you are physically marketing yourself or marketing homes in the surrounding area. A mixture of both work too. But today we're focusing on strictly marketing yourself, which has the highest leverage if done correctly. So, right now we're going to go over the main posting strategies that are preferable when starting this kind of in-person social media influencer. Okay, starting with facts about homes. Okay, now when you have, and we're going to go over some case studies in a second, but when you have videos about homes and people are looking to buy or sell, they are encompassed in what you have to say. Okay, so things, position yourself as the knowledge expert in every single one of your videos, and then these are easy to batch. You can use ChatGPT with some basic prompts. Three things to look for in a home inspection. Okay, that's one great example. Or three strange things that make it, home buyers or homes more valuable in X location, right? Have things and post things to spark interest for buyers and sellers. Okay. And at the same time, encourage the shares of this video, saves of this video, right? This doesn't necessarily require a face either, which is what's nice. Okay. It's just basic facts about homes. And that's post strategy number one. Then there is post strategy number two. Get ready with me. Now, people love to kind of just follow you along the day, especially as a realtor, because your lives are quite interesting. Okay. You can build connections and relatability by saying, I wake up, I do my morning coffee, I do this and that. It's relatively easy because you just kind of follow yourself around with the camera all day. It's casual filming. And it's great for building a parasocial trust. Okay, because now it's not just really, you at work and you trying to sell your brand, but it shows that you're a genuine human being, right? And this, at the same time, it helps overcome the camera shyness gradually because you are slowly integrating this into your day to day, right? And at the same time, it opens up that space for storytelling during the process. So it can give you that really personal vibe for your audience. Thirdly, day in the life. Okay, this is very, again, important because it humanizes you. Okay, it shows the real behind the realtor. Okay, and this is big because, again, it's all about the trust here. The trust is what's going to allow for those other pillars to fall into place. Okay, and at the same time, it builds that consistency and familiarity with yourself and your work. Okay, now, it creates that access appeal. So, in other words, people like to just have access to you. And if there's that day in the life, again, it humanizes you. It shows people that you are available for them, right? And it can feature multiple content hooks in one video, right? So, showings, calls, coffee stops, if it's whatever that goes on in your day to day life, people love to see it and they love to follow your journey at the same time. Or get X, or what X money gets you in X location. This is probably one of the biggest ones you can use because people are so curious. Oh, what does $500,000 get me in Austin, Texas, or in Orlando, Florida, or in X location, right? What does $1 million get me, right? Especially those ones, people are very curious. But it's just highly engaging and it's easily bingeable content. Everyone wants to see that, and they're going to watch through the entire video, which is very important for retention. Okay. And at the same time, it can be visually engaging. It's easy to compare homes and to other videos, and it appeals to curiosity because everyone's curious. Oh, what does my budget allow me to get, or what does this extravagant budget allow you to get in these locations? Right? It's a great scroll stopper, and that's what you need in order to grow yourself as an influencer online. Okay. At the same time, it doesn't necessarily need to show your face. You can do voiceovers or text overlays. However, I recommend a mixture of all, and we're going to show you some case studies in a second on exactly that. Okay, and then five, the local highlights. This is very important. It creates that goodwill with the local businesses, and then it positions you as the local expert because you know everything, and not just a salesman that's trying to get people to work with you. Okay. At the same time, it's highly shareable. Everyone in the location because they're like, oh my gosh, look at this awesome restaurant. Never knew about this, right? Or XYZ. Okay. And then it makes you top of mind for relocating clients because they're like, this realtor knows everything about this location. I want to work with them. So local highlights are great. Now, there's the do this before you buy and do this before you sell. For every single home buyer and every single home seller that's on the market right now and on social media, this is going to stop them in their tracks. Okay, it solves the problem directly for buyers or for sellers, right? It builds that value and the trust without having to sell yourself out, right? And then it's evergreen content, right? It's always relevant. People are always there for just that education. And there's a strong call to action potential because it's saying, listen, these are the three things that you need to look out for when just buying or selling a home. If you want to know some more, just reach out and we'll start working through this together. Okay. And it's the same thing for these selling. Now, when it comes to the actual recording of these styles of content, it's important that you do it correct because that is a huge part of the engagement. Okay. Talking head, for example. Okay. A phone on a tripod, a pod, face to camera, it's important. Voiceover and clips of listings, etc. It's great. It's very attractive to the eyes. I recommend having a voiceover or just talking to the camera directly on every single video. Screen recording and commentary is also great. If you want to review listings on Zillow, if you want to actually go to the homes, and then the POV, get ready with me style, the first person is very personal too. It's very important. Okay. When it comes to tools, I recommend using your iPhone is totally fine with a 1080p camera, or you can go up to 4K too if you want. It takes up a little bit more storage. Having a tripod so that you can actually prop your phone up, take pictures of the surrounding. CapCut or InShot are some of the best editing platforms, which you can use, find a bunch of cool filters, a lot of transition effects, etc. And then for captions and thumbnails, Canva is the way to go. Um, the teleprompter app, it's just not necessarily important. Honestly, I can make a separate video kind of on that and the actual editing of the videos, which I will do shortly. Um, but those are the main ones that you kind of want to focus. Okay. And then at the same time, there's also later or, metrical, metrical, I'm sorry. And that's going to help you kind of schedule that content to be posted into the future. It's kind of optional. It's more of a luxury at that point. Okay. Finally, what if you don't have listings? This is a big question that I get asked a lot of times from my clients who are looking to start the social media but don't have the listings, right? It's not a problem, okay, because you can use public listings to do the same content, the same information, okay? You can review, homes from Zillow or Redfin, walk through model homes or open houses, partner with agents in your office to film theirs, or you can use, I don't usually recommend using stock footage or, but you can, right? But the idea is you can use other people's listings if you get permission. Just find listings to go and tour. At the end of the day, the listing agent's going to want to sell the home. So promotion is promotion, and they're not going to be upset. You are basically promoting their listings for them. With that said, let's get into some case studies. So if you go to Instagram, if your feed isn't covered with social media, other realtors that are kind of pursuing this social media influencer presence, then just make sure that you cater your feed exactly to those people, because then it's going to allow you to get a lot of inspiration. So for example, Kevin Tran here, one of my favorites. If you look at his content, I mean, it's super simple. $274,000. There's the hook, right? Oh, what does $274,000 get me in X location, right? And you can see all of his videos are just like this. Now, what's nice is that a lot of times it's not even in the videos. And we have the drone shots. It makes it a little bit more difficult if you're just starting out. But the idea here is that they're beautiful homes. He's showing just the price up front. And look at the amount of likes. I mean, here's only 2,000, but if you look at some of his more popular videos, right, like this one, for example, oh, not that one either. You'll screw up. But here's one, 10,000 likes, right? 10,000 likes off of one video, and then you can see how, yeah, well, this is what's going to convert, right? This is what's going to convert into those leads that I can then do something with. Okay. And then here's another one, Jeb Powell. Love Jeb Powell. His work is phenomenal. And you can see right here, I recommend going to check him out. But it's the same thing. He has the microphone. He basically says, this is what, X will get you in X location. He has that in-person personality. As you can see, he's not kind of in your face, right? He's very friendly, and that's kind of what you want to do as well. Just be this very friendly person that gives you this home tour. People love it. Okay. You can't be bothersome if you're just giving people free information. Some cool stuff too. And as you can see here, like he doesn't have any fancy footage. He doesn't have any cameras. He doesn't have any drone photography. It's just propped up on a tripod when he's speaking, and then when he's actually showing you the house, it's just kind of a voiceover and going from there. So this is kind of the main strategy when it comes to actually posting on social media using these posts, which I highly recommend. Again, if you need to go over these posts again, just review the video. And if you have any questions, you can just comment down below. I'll make sure to answer any questions you might have. And I'll go over in more depth each of these in the next video, along with editing styles and how to actually film and edit the videos themselves. So if you have any questions, you can comment down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.